I'm Nuria. I've just finished my second year of Linguistics at St. John's, and in this short video, I'll be explaining my journey to Cambridge and my experience as an undergrad here. So my initial motivation to study linguistics at uni came from a process of sort of narrowing down my interest from a really broad idea that I wanted to do a language-related degree at uni to specifying specifically that I wanted to do linguistics. I started playing with the idea of doing something like translation, modern languages, or something like Catalan philology, English philology. I come from Spain and Catalonia, so I'm interested in Catalan. But I didn't really come across linguistics until I was roughly 16. And then I realized that that was really what I wanted to study, because it focused specifically on how human language works, as opposed to focusing my 3 or 4 years of my degree into one or two specific languages. And I decided to apply to Cambridge only the summer before the application deadline. So that was probably June, before the 15th of October UCAS deadline. And I initially discarded the option of applying because I didn't really think I would get in, and also because my school didn't have any previous experience in getting students to any international university outside of Spain. But in the end, I decided to apply anyway and give it a try. And my subject choices at the equivalent of the A levels were mostly humanity-centered. I did subjects like Latin, German, history of art, Spanish literature, etc. But as we'll see, what you study at your A levels doesn't really limit what you get out of your degree. In fact, I've taken many papers in my second year of linguistics which have a strongly scientific orientation. Very briefly, what is linguistics and how does it actually differ from a modern and medieval languages degree? In MML, you'll typically study around 2 foreign languages and you'll gain proficiency in each of them. You'll also study the literature, history, and culture associated with that language. On the other hand, linguistics is a scientific study of language, so language understood as a mental capacity. To a great extent, in linguistics we might focus on a range of different languages, but as a vehicle to learn more about how language works. And also bear in mind that linguistics is taught from scratch, so you're not expected to have done any linguistics at school before applying. Knowledge of a modern or ancient language or an arts and science mix can be helpful, but it's by no means a requirement. So one of the great aspects of the linguistics course here is that you can really tailor it to your own interests. In first year, you get the basic foundations of linguistics, which include areas like syntax, the structure of sentences, social linguistics, language and society, psycholinguistics, which is language processing in the mind or brain, among many others. But in second and third year, you can really make the course your own. You have a wide range of papers to choose from, and you can specialize in any area of linguistics that you enjoy during the last 2 years of your degree. So if you're more into the scientific areas of linguistics, that's perfectly possible. Equally, if you prefer the more humanities-based areas, then there are loads of options. And you can also borrow papers from other departments to learn more about, for example, the Romance languages or the history of German. One of the main highlights for me has been that linguistics is an incredibly diverse and interdisciplinary subject. You learn a broad range of knowledge and many transferable skills during this degree, and the topics covered span many disciplines such as cognitive science, psychology, maths, sociology, history, philosophy, and the list could go on. And I think part of the reason for why this interdisciplinarity of linguistics is so fascinating is because language is basically everywhere. It shapes our interactions, experiences, it is closely intertwined with how human cognition and the brain work, and it also plays an important role in society and culture. Personally, I've really enjoyed exploring syntax and syntactic theory, which is the structure of sentences, and then also how it informs us about how human cognition works, how children and adults acquire language, and also how languages change during time, which is historical linguistics. But of course, there's life outside of linguistics, and our courses offer much more than just academic responsibilities. And social life outside of your degree can involve anything from joining a society or getting involved in it, socializing by going to formal halls, which are 3-course dinners in your college, getting involved in theatre performances, learning languages at the language centre, doing sports, and anything you can really imagine. And if a society doesn't exist, you can actually create your own too. A few final tips from me to anyone who's thinking of applying for linguistics at Cambridge is just apply. It's really easy to think that you won't get in. I did that too at the time when I was applying, but it's very definitely worth a try. You won't lose anything by applying, and also remember that it's taught from scratch. so you're not expected to know anything about linguistics. And secondly, just explore around the subject. This could be anything from learning a language, reading books, listening to videos or podcasts. If there's something that got you interested in linguistics or languages in general, then go and explore it. I've put together some resources that you might find useful, such as videos, podcasts, or books, but the list is not exhaustive and you can find loads of other interesting things online and in libraries. You can also learn more about the course here by visiting the following website.